Hi, my name is EJ Massa, but everyone calls me Dr. Flapjack. That's because I have a PhD in hella dank breakfast. That's right, pancakes. If you watched my sourdough bread video, then you might have been inspired to make your own sourdough starter. But perhaps you haven't had time to make bread in a while, so you keep feeding and feeding your starter, and suddenly you have more than you need. Well, here's a recipe that uses a ton of starter, and it makes the best pancakes that I've ever had. Like the sourdough starter, I got this recipe from Breadtopia's website. First, you need a ton of starter that you're looking to get rid of. That's the great thing about maintaining a starter. If you have a ton of it, it's still useful. Unlike ghosts. I have a ton of them, and they're not useful for anything. Can't even make pancakes. We'll melt a stick of butter in a saucepan. We'll also add 1 cup or 8 ounces of milk. Mix it all around, and then let it come back to room temperature. It's important for it to come back to room temperature because the yeast dies at high temperatures. You don't want them to die.
Yet.
We'll then need 9 ounces or a cup of sourdough starter. Now, I always weigh it because a cup of starter can vary drastically because of air pockets and the amount of flour in there, so I always measure for consistent results. Sometimes if I don't weigh it, the batter comes out too thin or too thick, so weighing produces consistency. Plus, it's always good to have a kitchen scale around, unlike the bathroom scale. That thing can fuck right off. I'm not overweight. You're overweight. So there, 9 ounces. This is what 9 ounces of starter looks like. In another bowl, I'll measure 6 ounces of all-purpose flour, or about 1.5 cups. Again, weighing it is important. I'll pour in my room temperature buttermilk slurry. Boy, that sounds appetizing. Add a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of brown sugar. Mix it all around a bit and then add my goopy starter. Look at that goop. Stir it all around again until it's a thick paste. Cover the bowl in plastic wrap and let it hang out in room temperature for around 8 hours. 8 hours? You know what that means. Knuckles time, knuckles time. Hey everybody, it's knuckles time. Knuckles time, knuckles time. Boys and girls love knuckles time. Try replacing 8 hours of sleep with 8 hours of knuckles time. It won't make you crazy. 8 hours later and it's bubbly and airy. Those yeasties have been eating and pooping away, which doesn't sound appetizing, but it is. Unwrap the bowl and add in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and crack 2 eggs in there. Lightly whisk it all together until it's all smooth. While that was going on, I preheated my griddle for 15 minutes or so. If you don't have a griddle, you can just use a cast iron pan or a non-stick pan, or any pan will do. Wait a minute. Is that why they're called pancakes? I use a 1/3 cup of batter to make little circles because my griddle is narrow, but you can use a 1/2 cup or more for bigger ones. You'll cook them 3 to 5 minutes per side, basically whenever they are beautiful golden brown with a slight crisp. Look how gorgeous these pancakes are. Take them off the heat, pour some maple syrup on there, and let's cut them open and take a look at that smoke ring. Wait, this isn't a barbecue video. What I mean is, look at how moist and fluffy and delicious it is. A perfect pancake through and through. Can't get any better than that. I bet that makes you want to comment below. You can comment, "Wow, Dr. Flapjack, you've done it again." Please make that exact comment below, because that's exactly how you should feel and exactly what you should express. Until next time, bye.